Hello everyone, today I am, well, we're doing more GD Sport races. I'm going to be doing not one, but two today. And if you're wondering how I'm going to do that, well, the answer is magic. No, it's just that I recorded two races and I figured, well, why not? Let's record both of them, because I was pretty happy with how they turned out. So this is going to be quite a lengthy video. Anyway, this is the first of the two races. The car I picked, I cannot remember, but I think it might have been the Mazda Atenza or Audi TT. No, it was the Atenza, okay. So yeah, this is around the Aske village, I think it's called. Anyway, so here we are, qualified 7th. Figured I'd I'd finally get this video out of the way after a couple of rage-inducing sessions on GD Sport, where I've had mostly Japanese players of all people, ramming me off the track. So that's annoying. But what can you do, really? What can you do? This game, you know, has its good moments where you have very good lobbies, and then you have people who ram you off, and it's not limited to just Japanese. Australians are just as bad, if not worse. But anyway, here we are. We've crossed the line into the first lap, going into the first corner. This corner is quite tricky to get right, really, because you're always trying to make sure that you end up getting around there and going out into the exit point at a good speed. As you can see here, this Australian here in the Corvette keeps flashing his blinkers at me and all that. He's not happy that I've taken his position, so he's gonna try to I don't know. He has a speed advantage, but he doesn't have the handling advantage like I do, because this car is very good at handling. So see here, I got rammed a little bit by the aforementioned Corvette, who then got a penalty. Kind of ironic if you ask me. And then that Subaru goes way wide. Every single time I see that just spin off like that, it just makes me laugh. It's just so fucking comical. Anyway, so here we are. The Corvette is still behind me with the penalty. I go into the braking zone here to go around here and try to, I don't know, I tried to overtake the Gran, but it didn't really work out. Now the Gran's gotten a bit ahead of me, but this Scirocco had a terrible exit, so I've managed to overtake him as a result. Now I'm in 4th. So that's pretty good. It's all fine and dandy, but then these two just sandwich me in, and the Corvette goes wide, so I overtake the Corvette again, because the Corvette driver is clearly a bit of a hothead. He's clearly a Verstappen of GD Sport in this session, because he's very aggressive. And then I just had the Cantonese guy just knock me off the track. So thanks, buddy, really appreciate that. Now I'm in 9th, so I've lost 4 places because of some dimwit's decision to knock me off the track. No big deal, this is a 4-lap race, and this track's reasonably lengthy. And this car is more than capable of catching up to bad drivers, per se. I'm not great, but you know, if I have a good, I love this car. This car's probably my favorite car in Gr.4. Probably second to second's probably the TT, and third's probably the Hyundai Genesis, just because they all handle really well. They vary in speed, but in my opinion, speed's not what you need. You just need a good track control. You need to be able to corner perfectly and all that. And I shoved into the Bugatti Veyron on an accident. I took that corner way too dangerously, and I bumped into him again trying to get onto the track again. So him and I have a bit of a shunt exchange, but he outpaces me because he's in a fucking Bugatti Veyron, so what do you expect? So here we go, back into the first corner in the second lap, and I overtake him because this car actually handles, unlike the Veyron, which, as far as I can tell, it just doesn't handle. Flat out does not handle. But that's alright, because it makes up in other areas. Yeah, I can't really agree with that one. So, yeah, he overtakes me yet again around this corner, but then I'll probably get him around here. I get him around here again, because again, this car just handles. I've said that so many times so far, but it really is very planted to the ground, and it's very impressive. I don't know, I just really like this car. It's, in like the GD Sports, on the Gran Turismo spirit, it's like, of course they'd have like, you know, an average everyday family sedan or something like that, or just, you know, a car you wouldn't expect, and be able to have it in a racing championship of all things. So I just find it really cool and all that. And also too, the livery I did is also custom. I also did the livery or livery, however you pronounce it, myself. So I'm pretty happy with that. I like how it turned out, actually. I added the Austrian and Australian flags in the back, family heritage. I add that on several cars, but I've been recently excluding the flags in the car liveries that I've done lately, just so if people want to use them, they can use them, and, you know, if like a Japanese player were to download it, they'd be like, what the fuck's the flag next to it? We know what the Australian flag is, but what's... Because I'm assuming here that most Japanese players of Gran Turismo Sport probably wouldn't know what Austria is. I mean, considering Austria in this game is limited to the KTM tie-in, I'm pretty sure, or what Tag Heuer tie-in, I'm not sure. It's limited to something really minor in this game. But whatever, that's not what we're talking about here. As you can see here, I've now caught up to 7th, which is pretty good, all things considered. I've managed to overtake 8th and catch up to 7th in the space of the in the race so far. And I take that way too wide and cut into his lane, so I probably had to cause him to slow down there. And then here we go, onto the final straight, starting the 3rd lap. We are now in the midfield, exactly in the midfield, actually, now that I see it. 7th out of 14th. All's pretty good so far. Go around this corner again. Entry could have been a little bit better, but exit's not too bad. And there we go, back onto the straight again. And that's really about it. So, yeah, I really got to be in the mood to play this game, because sometimes I go into this and I really, really enjoy it, and the cars just feel right. But then you have some of those races like I described before, where like I was driving a Red Bull X Junior 2014 or something, whatever they call them, and I just hated how that thing was just so twitchy and just so all over the place. I ended up spinning out 3 times, got to the corners a bit too Verstappen-y per se. But it's just, oh, shit. I got 3rd in qualifying, and by the end of the 2nd out of 10 laps, I was down to 13th. So I thought, you know what, I'll just continue the race, and then I ended up spinning out again, and I just thought, fuck this, I'll quit it, and then I ended up going back to driving school single-player mode. Isn't that kind of ironic? But anyway, so here we are, midway through the 3rd lap so far, and nothing really much has happened, actually. I'm catching up to 6th, but other than that, nothing's really changed. I actually think the Australian in the Corvette in the 1st lap who shunted me around the hairpin has quit the race, because probably went, you can't win the race, I gotta quit. But this poor Cantonese guy here in the Gran just took that corner really, really poorly, and so I gained a position from that indirectly as a result. I got my best sector there, so that's pretty impressive. Okay, now we'll cut around this corner, and that BMW is lagging out. That BMW has that really piss poor connection, which is par for the course, considering, well, you know, Australia is a quote-unquote developed country and has internet worse than the various Eastern European countries that, for some reason, we don't consider developed for some fucking reason. I don't know. I feel like that whole thing has its priorities wrong, but whatever. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about some good old-fashioned racing, not with socio-political snarky remarks and shit like that. Alright, so now into the final lap. I don't think I'm going to be able to take the BMW, but you know, there's always a chance. You don't know how these races go. You know, they could spin out due to pressure and stuff like that, because I am in his viewpoint. He can look behind me and he will see that I am trailing behind him with my confectionery labeled Mazda Atenza, because I guess people drive Mazda Atenzas love Kinder chocolate eggs and Haribo confectionery, whatever they call it. I ate neither, but yeah. See, they spun a little bit there, but he managed to gain control of his car again. And so I'm back around this curve here. I catch up to him a little bit, but I think the BMW M4 actually has better straight line speed than my Mazda, which is no surprise, really. It's the friggin' saloon, friggin' sedan thing, whatever. You can see that I don't know what happened there. I'm assuming lag spike, but considering his connection is so poor, it probably just went like, oh, I thought I had the overtaking opportunity, but then he rammed ahead. I thought I rammed into him somehow. No, neither of us got penalties for it, so I just, just carry on our merry way, I guess. So someone else just quit the race up there. I just realised that. It's now 13 cars running in the race instead of 15 at the start. Another dude decided to quit. I'm currently, actually right now, at, drivership rating is C and sportsmanship rating is B. I had the sportsmanship rating at A at one point, then I managed to get that down to C because I just kept putting races, because I just kept getting, like, I was sick and tired of just being spun out and all that crap by other drives and stuff like that. Lately, I've learned to realise that all it's going to do is just make it worse for me. So all I got to do is just drive as cleanly as possible and not get any penalties. And speaking of penalties, I don't think I got a single one this race, which is pretty impressive in my opinion, because sometimes it's really difficult to avoid getting penalties given the nature of the drivers. You know, you get completely random drivers, different skill sets, different mindsets in regards to cornering, turning, braking, accelerating. You're gonna get penalties regardless sometimes. This is what you do. But here we are, finished 6th. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go to the next race on the same circuit. This time I am driving the Audi TT Cup 2016. Freaky to think that 2016 was 2 years ago now. I mean, been like that for 5 months, but still. So here we are. I've got the 2 flags on the side, but this time in reverse order because I thought I'd shake things up. And I also have PS Vita on the back of my car. I mentioned that though on the last Gr.4 race video I did. just because I could. But here we are, qualified a bit behind. Actually, I didn't get a better lap time in between the Atenza race and this race. Excuse me. But I think it was better drivers overall. Oh, I ended up finishing in a high position here. Spoilers. But let's just let's continue on with the race and see how this first corner goes. So first off, we're doing pretty good around here. I've had to end up braking a bit. I had to take this corner conservatively because of the amount of traffic taking up ahead of me. And then there's a really nice looking BMW there. A nice charcoal black BMW. It's nice taste in paintwork actually. I really like it. But then again, not my favorite color. My favorite colors are purple and orange. So most of my cars, if you check my liveries, are actually either purple, orange, or like the blue that is one of my dad's cars. So, oh, okay, so that dude just decided, you know what, I'm just going to shove my way into the corner instead of, you know, taking it like an actual racing driver. But that's not a big deal because I managed to gain from that, and now I'm in 6th. Considering I started in 8th, that's a pretty good start. I gained 2 positions and we're not even halfway through the first lap yet. So here we go, into the next corner here. I managed to overtake the BMW, and then these two just, I don't know, clearly they were asleep at the wheel or something. I don't know. Now I'm in 3rd. So now I have a now I've just got to defend the 3rd place finish to get a podium. And here we go. There's a BMW behind me. He's a New Zealander. He's gone wide. So the Kiwi's gone off. But that's alright, because I have good steering, so I will not stuff this one up at all, right? I don't, no, it doesn't look like it. Looks like I take that one pretty well. And I cut around there, and well, there's nothing really much going on right now. I'm about 2nd ahead of 4th place. There we go, brake around here. Just carefully go around that corner. I actually didn't do that too badly, actually. I'll admit though, this game looks absolutely gorgeous. I just look at like how the lights reflect, and there I go wide. But I know I'm losing 3rd, but that was it, really. But yeah, this game just looks absolutely fantastic. I love the lighting in this game in particular. It's such a good lighting system. But anyway, there we go. Into the final chicane, I guess. It's a chicane? I don't know. I don't know my racing terminology anymore. I used to know it, but now I've forgotten it. So, woohoo. Then again, the last time I learned it was like a decade ago or something like that. So, oh well. So I'm going to try to see if I can take 3rd. Because 3rd's in my sights. I could possibly overtake him. The Kiwi's right behind me. He's closer to me than I am closer to the Japanese driver. And currently it's Japanese dominance at 1, 2, and 3 right now. So I'm hoping that me and the Kiwi can work together to shake it up a little bit. So here we go. Now into this great corner here. I actually really like this corner just because it's kind of easy to get right. But then the Kiwi kind of bumps me aside a little bit there. I don't quite know if he bumped me aside or anything like that, but he didn't get a penalty for it, so... And then there's that guy, I don't know where he was, he's lost out big time from that, and he's now, I think he's out of the top 8 actually. So he was in 2nd, I think, and now he's in 8th, so I haven't really lost a position at all there. I take that corner a bit too cautiously, and that Kiwi in the BMW takes it overly aggressively, actually. He goes wide a little bit. And here we go, we head into this little curve here, and nothing really happens. I'm going to be honest here, nothing. It's a big fucking nothing burger. Maybe in the next corner, okay? Yep, we'll wait for you in the next corner, okay? Potential action in the next corner. Shit, well I end up taking that a bit too keenly, and end up going in the grass, but that's alright, because I end up regaining my composure and continuing on, you know, like a normal person. So here we go, I break into here. Looks like them two are starting to get closer, a little bit closer and more intimate towards one another. So it's now BMW in 3rd and 2nd. So BMW power, eh? Kind of weird considering my first podium ever was in a BMW M4. So BMW M4s must be a pretty solid car, all things considered. And I just realised the Mitsubishi is right behind me. And yeah, he's coming real close. He's really close. And he tries to go on the inside line with me, but he fails because I think I might have gone in a bit. Not left much room, but I should end up scraping that wall and as a result lose momentum, and he overtakes me as a result. So this dude here has done really well. This Cantonese driving the Mitsubishi here, he's done really well because he spun out in the first lap and I think he dropped out of the top 8 and now he's in 4th. There we go, I'm in risk of losing 5th now to another Mitsubishi. So again, maybe the Lancer Final Edition is actually quite a solid car. From what I'm seeing here, I'm not quite sure if it actually is that good of a car, but who knows? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out in this this last 2 laps of this race, I ended up going in a bit too far into that corner there, which didn't really do much to harm me. But then everyone else has decided they're going to catch up and stick around for the party, so they're going to stick around for some joy. And I believe that's a Ferrari behind the Mitsubishi Lancer. Group 4 is really a bloody weird class when you think about it. You have a bloody Mazda Atenza, then a Bugatti Veyron, then a Mitsubishi Lancer, then a Ferrari 458. It's all over the place. It's really weird, but I love how wacky it is in that sense. It's just throwing cars in and going, fuck it, we'll balance them as much as we can. And I mean, it kind of did work, and it kind of does. Like what happened from the Gran earlier this year, like brutally overpowered on straights. Yeah, I remember that. I started playing online when that happened, so that was good. So I'm just looking, oh, he's gone wide, and so there goes his hopes of overtaking me. So that leaves me with a comfortable margin behind, between me and 6th place. So I'm free to just kind of make some errors. Oh, I take that back. He's actually really bloody close to me now. I did not expect him to gain that quickly on me, actually. Maybe the Lancers have got hyperspeed acceleration or something. It's how the Japanese do it these days. Have bloody powerful cars, I guess. I don't know. I feel like most German vehicles in this game are too conservative on the throttle but handle really well. Except for the 911 GT3 RS, which I think is a steaming pile of shit. But that's my opinion. You know, people can disagree with me and people can agree with me. I don't know if anyone would agree with me on that one. But I've always, especially in recent car games, I've found Porsches to be very I don't know, it's really weird to describe. They oversteer a lot. And like they're really prone to just going loose, and you've got to be really careful with the throttle. Almost too careful with the throttle to the point where the competitive advantage it has handling is almost negated by it. So I just kind of go, no, I would rather thank you. And the Cayman I rarely see in Group 4, but it's not that great either. In my experience, I find it to be an inferior Audi TT in almost every regard. Maybe except for high end, but I don't know really. I really don't know. So there we go. I keep looking behind me. I'm looking behind me like a paranoid schizophrenic, but you know, I'm always worried that someone's going to ram up me bum and take me out of the race entirely. Well, in terms of getting a good position here. But it seems like I have 5th on a lock so far, considering the guy behind me is nearly 2 seconds behind me. I'll take this corner just a little bit wide. That's alright. That corner's quite a forgiving corner in the scheme of things. And there he's gone wide. So that leaves me with an even larger window. So that basically has, at this rate, 5th is in the bag. That's really all that needs to be said. It's really in the bag. So maybe 4th, maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's go around this little corner here. This little corner. I sound like Bob Ross when I say that. Just paint the little corner. I'm keen to go back on the Gran Turismo squad, but I'm waiting for Group 4 to open up right now. Right now, it's all one make. Race A, B, and C is just one make. And one of them is the 911 around the full Nordschleife Nürburgring. And the other one is Red Bull Junior, and I can't stand that vehicle, so I'm kind of stuck. But that's okay. So here we go, crossing the line, or nearly about to cross the line. And we're crossing the line now in 5th place. So I literally one-upped my previous race. But anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you like the video, whatever, do whatever, really. Anyway, take care, everyone. I shall see you in the next video.